Lisa here with another From Dumpy to Diva Itrackbites tutorial. In this tutorial, I want to talk about tracking those zero-bite foods. The first thing I want to say is that please be sure that you are using the correct zero-bite list for your plan. Keep in mind that only Better Balance includes yogurt and proteins on the zero-bite list. So your things like your yogurt, chicken, eggs, corn, peas, these are only zero on the Better Balance plan, which is a pro subscription member option only. Those of you that are doing Sugar Smart, Carb Conscious, or Conquer Cravings, you do have zero-bite lists, but they are not the same as each other, and they are not the same as the Better Balance plan. So, first thing, make sure that you have the correct list to go with the plan that you're doing. Okay, a lot of confusion seems to come in that when you scan a food that you think is going to be 0 bites on your plan, it's coming up as showing as having points or bites, and this is causing some confusion. So I have a couple of examples, and I want to go over with you what happens and how you can change that. All right, the first thing I've got is just a bag of baby carrots, and carrots are 0 on all plans with the exception of Conquer Cravings, Calorie Command, and then Keto doesn't have a 0 list at all. But for Carb Conscious, Sugar Smart, and Better Balance, carrots are part of the 0 bite list. Now, if I scanned that bag, you'll see it comes up as 2 bites for 3 ounces. The reason this happens is because the scanner works on full nutritional data, and all foods have calories, whether or not Weight Watchers considers them to be a 0 bite food or not. That's why your scanner shows up as bites. Now you have 2 options from this screen. You can do either tap the 0 bite food toggle switch if you know for absolute certain that that item is a 0 bite food, and you'll see that changes it for you. Or, and this is actually the preferred method, you can search for that item using your pocket guide. Now, the way you do that is you go into the plus at the bottom and into food, which is going to take you into your food search screen. And then when you search a food, the important thing here is that you search it exactly how it shows up on your list. So don't search gala apple or scrambled egg or Chobani yogurt. You need to keep it really simple. So in this particular case, I am not going to search baby pre-cut carrot. I'm just going to search carrot. Now you'll see pocket guide. So I have recent entries that'll show up first, and then pocket guide. So under pocket guide, the very first entry is 0 bite carrots. And then if you come down a little bit further, you'll see several other listings that all show you 0 as your carrot option. You would choose one of those, and then you don't have to do anything with the 0 bite food switch. You can check to be sure that you do have nutritional information. If you're tracking your calories or macros as a secondary metric, then make sure that it does have the nutritional data attached, and then you could just track it from there. So basically, you can either do a super simple search, and I'll show you another one. Let's do apple. Okay, once we get through all my recent listings, you'll see fresh apple, 0. There's another different size one, it's still 0. So when you search as a really straightforward option, you will get 0 bite listings that show up in your pocket guide. Now, if, for example, instead of that, I had put in gala apple, I'm not going to get any 0 bite listings at all. And you can see the pocket guide is completely gone. All I'm going to get is the USDA and the online listings if I'm a pro member. These work exactly the same as your scanner. They are based on full nutritional data. They have nothing to do with what anybody considers 0. And so this is giving you the accurate points or bites total based on the nutritional data of that item. That seems to be where a lot of the confusion comes in, especially when we get members that are asking about things like egg on Better Balance. If I searched for fried egg or scrambled egg, I'm only going to find the listings for online, and those are based on the assumption that it is made in a restaurant style. So scrambled eggs, for example, would generally contain milk and or butter. Fried eggs, they consider that there's generally a portion of oil in that. So if I searched fried egg, while that does come up in Pocket Guide for me, everything is showing up as having some amount of bites to it. And if I wanted to find my 0 egg, then I need to keep it really straightforward. And so if I do eggs, then my whole egg and my egg whites and my egg substitute, all of those things are going to be showing as 0. You'll see those listed in 0. Now, this is my pocket guide, and I do have to scroll down a little bit, but they are eggs whole, including yolks, 1 large egg, 1 serving of egg whites. You see it does show up as 0 as long as you keep the search simple. All right. Now, yogurt, for example, I have some of the Faye 0 yogurt. And again, the same thing happens. If I tried to scan that, there we go. Sorry about that. You see it's coming up as bites. And again, even though I'm on balance as my plan for this video, it is taking into account all of the nutritional data and giving me the correct bites for that. If I know, for example, that this is 0, again, I have 2 options. I can toggle that 0 bite food switch, which will make this entry 0. And if I wanted to save this entry as 0, then I would tap the heart in the top, which would favorite it. So then it will be in my favorites as a 0 bite food. This will not affect anything in your recipes, except that if you are viewing it as a shared recipe and the person viewing it is not on the same plan that you are, and yogurt is not 0 on their plan, then it will show incorrect bites totals in the shared recipe. So, and that's something we're seeing in the community. So that's just something to be aware of. If you go through and you choose to switch that 0 bite food toggle, just know that when you share any recipes made with those items and that are not 0 on someone else's plan, they will not be seeing a correct total. If you're not sharing recipes, it won't make any difference at all. Okay, so that's the first option. You can scan and switch the toggle over if you know for absolute sure. The other thing is, again, let's keep this really straightforward. What we're talking about is a yogurt, and I could even put fat-free on there if I wanted to. And then you'll see the very first listing, yogurt, fat-free, unsweetened, Greek plain, which is the criteria to be 0 on Better Balance. So Greek plain yogurt, then if you come down a couple, you'll see a normal plain fat-free yogurt, soy fat-free yogurts, those are 0. So there are several listings that show up as 0 under your pocket guide, as long as you don't try to put a brand in there. So no Faye, no Chobani, no Yoplait. It's non-branded items only to show up as 0. And that's basically all you need to know about tracking your 0-bite foods. You can scan them, and when they come up as bites, if you know for a fact that that item does not contain any additional oils or sugars, which is the criteria for it to remain, for a packaged item to remain 0. If it doesn't have any non-0 bite ingredients in it, and you feel comfortable that it is a 0, you can toggle that switch. Or if it is a straightforward fruit, vegetable, meat, or anything like that that you can find in Pocket Guide, you want to keep your search super simple. Use the exact same phraseology that is on your list, and as soon as the Pocket Guide corrections are finished, that list will be 100% accurate.